show. And if you ain't one of them, it's probably time to go. This is an adult show, yeah, this is an adult show. And if you ain't one of them, it's probably time to go.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to this weird corner of the internet. Except those who are easily offended. People who don't like bad form. The people who think life's too seriously.
You'll never make it out of here alive.
Anyways, letting rest.
Welcome.
Or not at all humble host. Hickory, the dang and underwhelming.
TDAU live. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to TDAU Live. That's right. It's episode 4B. We're in the second half. Thank you guys for being here. We got all sorts of important things to talk about, like politicians in bikinis, a former Bachelorette contestant, ICE losing track of 32,000 unaccounted minors, and why reducing prices is bad, apparently. But much more importantly than that, much more importantly than discussing anything that's been going on with, the dank and underwhelming, we got a man on the show tonight who I've been waiting to talk to for a while. That's right. Tonight we talk to a Southern boy. Let's get it.
Yeah, back, baby.
Are you saying you want to show me your tits?
This is the story of a drunk who grew up kind of a punk, and then all his friends left him, and now he's here alone. This is the story of a drunk who grew up kind of punk, now he's here doing the dank and underwhelming live show.
This is a weird show.
Dank and underwhelming live show. Dank and underwhelming live show. Dank and underwhelming live show.
That's right, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to TDAU Live. I'm, of course, Hickory the Dank and Underwhelming. Welcoming to the program a fond friend. GW, how are you, brother?
I am fantastic. How's it going, buddy?
It's good, man. It's good to have you back. It's
Nice to be back. It's and it's not a twist of the knife every time I see that intro.
I'm sorry. I thought about switching it up, and I was like, no, I don't have time. I wish. Like,
it was always one of those things. Every time I see it, it's just like, sorry, man. I'm sorry.
no, it's all right.
I didn't want to be one of the people that left.
No, it's understood, man. You're a busy dude. So let's talk about that first. First off,
Yeah.
how is it down in Georgia?
Okay, so I have a story for you.
Lay it on.
My apartment complex pays for extermination for like insects and shit. And about a week ago, it was 2:00 in the morning, and my wife goes up to go to the bathroom, and she sees.
It's never the good beginning of a story.
No,
Like, I feel like you're reading me a creepypasta right now, right? Like,
kind of.
it's like an
Kinda.
intro to every scary internet story I've ever read. Sorry, I digress.
And I hear her scream, and my wife is not a screamer. Trust me, I've been in bed with her before. And so she screams. I get out of bed, and she's like, "Come here, come here, come here!" And she's like, "There's a bug in the bathroom." And I'm thinking like a small, little, harmless, tiny thing. No, I swing open the door, and there is a 2-inch long palmetto bug just chilling in my fucking bathroom. And needless to say, I screamed. My dog heard me scream. He started barking, and like trying to catch this thing was like trying to like catch a pot of gold at the end of a rainbow. Like it was just impossible. But so we called for the extermination guy to come in, and he was a nice guy, very sweet. And then he decided to hit on my wife and I. And he was talking about his wife, and he was like, "I don't care what you do, get a job, get a boyfriend, I don't care, just give me an hour to myself at the end of the night." And I'm like, that's funny, boyfriend, yeah, because some dude to take time off. And he's like, and I was dead serious too. I'm like, yeah, hyperbole. Okay, I get it. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, you were serious. He's like, no, 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 no. We're poly. Do you know what
Oh.
poly is? I was like, okay, I may be very vanilla, but I definitely know what poly is. And no, I don't want to play your reindeer games. Like,
So like,
I
is
don't
an
want.
hour your limit, or does it extend on weekends? Like, I have questions. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, where's the, and how do you draw that line? Like, where is the, what point in the conversation is that? It's like almost like the questions I think I mentioned to you last night I have for like celebrities, but different, you know, like celebrity couples. Like,
Yeah.
I just want to ask ScarJo how she met Colin Joyce. You know, and it's not like I care to actually have a conversation with her. But now I'm like,
Invested.
you're bug guy. Now I need to know about the bug guy, and I'm like, how does that come up? Is that the kind of shit you bring up like first, second, third date? And I guess that's not even a good question for me because much like UGW, we've both been with our respective partners for quite a while now,
Yeah.
and both have not thought about dating in fucking, I mean, a decade at least.
Yeah.
Like
It's
past the enjoying other people's failure online.
yeah. Yeah.
I haven't thought about dating myself in at least a decade now because I've been married
It,
longer than that, and it just
it,
makes me wonder how, like, is that a third date? Is that an engagement conversation? Is that like when you move in? Like, I don't know what point in the conversation or in what point in the relationship you're like, hey babe, you know what I think we should have? We should have an hour a night with other people.
yeah.
And
Yeah.
she's like,
Totally.
you mean like on the phone? Like you want to call your friends more? I think you should call your friends more. And he's like, no, 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 no. I'm talking about like some time.
And
Yeah.
it adds so many other questions, but I was like, I don't want to know this. Like, you bring up like second or third date thing, and like this is only the second time I've ever met the dude,
That's
and
fair.
he's bringing it up, and I'm just like, bro, like you got to be careful bringing that shit up. You say that to the wrong person, they're just gonna be like, I don't want this guy in my house anymore.
Get out of here,
Praise
devil boy.
Jesus. Yeah, you're a pedophile. I don't know. Southern
Hey.
people are weird.
Yeah, who knows? And I mean, people in general are weird. Like, like if you've ever known anyone who is slightly bipolar, you know that,
Yeah.
like sometimes wild shit comes out of people's mouths that you just can't account for. Oh, your little assistant, he thinks you're an option for his wife.
Yeah, no, because I don't. A, that would mean I have to share my wife, which is never going to happen. And B, I don't like. Chances are she looks like me in a dress, like that. That's
true.
Like
Beard and all.
yeah, absolutely. Like I'm not going to put my penis in me.
No, even if I could. I mean, maybe as a party trick. Let's be honest, I'm a dank magician. That's something I might pull off on stage just to amaze the crowd. I'm not below that, but
yeah, like I mean, I barely enjoy playing with myself. Like, let alone like doing other stuff to me. I don't know. So gross. But how did that come up in conversation? Like, I could have gone my entire life without knowing that. And, like,
I don't know. That's the weird part about people of that proclivity, right? And I'm not saying there's anything weird about it, because like whatever you want to do with and you all guys all agree on a thing, like I'm not hating on anyone else's relationship.
oh yeah,
I to be clear, because like I don't give a shit what y'all do romantically, because I'm not like involved in it.
yeah,
Yeah, like yeah, no, I don't understand that. I don't understand how those people deal with like jealousy and stuff. Like, do they just not have feelings when it comes to like like people always talk about this, like separating sex and romance.
No.
I'm like, I can't do that. Like,
Yeah.
I want to think that like I'm smart enough, to like handle something like that. But I'm like, no, the thought of like another dude banging my wife just makes me want to like bring a sledgehammer into their bedroom. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I can't think of any like
Because
like
she's mine.
and I'm like,
Like,
even if I was distracted with another person for a few minutes, I'd be like, hey, this was like fun for a minute and a half where I felt like another chick was into me for a second and I had a chance. But like, I got to go get a sledgehammer from the tool shed. Uh, because I got some slaying to do over there. The slaying's not happening here. It's it's happening to the other couple. You should leave while you can, because I don't know what's going to happen after the blood rage comes out.
well, here's the thing, for me, anyways, is that like I have a hard time believing that my wife's into me. Like,
I hear you there.
and like, so like when other people hit on me, like I always assume it's ulterior motives of
Like they're
like,
trying to get a favor.
yeah, yeah. Like I don't actually go like, oh yeah, she's into me. Like my default is they are not into me. And that right there makes my life so much easier because I'm constantly going, my dick's not gonna get here. Like
Yep. No, I'm gonna get scammed. If anything,
yeah,
if I play along with this bullshit, I'm going to end up poor and feeling like a dumbass. That's just like the outcome option if a chick is overly nice to me.
yeah.
Um,
It's either that or what was I it's either that or just she has mental problems if she's into me. Like there is something wrong with her if she looks at this and goes, I want to tap that. Like maybe that's a me thing and like
oh no, I understand. Because like this is gonna sound weird. My ideal male physique doesn't appeal to women. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
like I'm in team like beards and steroids as far as like what I think looks good on a dude. You know what I mean? I'm just
Yeah.
like, but I know like my wife looks at that same bearded, steroided out dude who's been like busting his ass to just be a fucking 230-pound monster his entire life. And it's just like, that's not for me. And I'm like, but that's what looks good to me as far as dudes go. Like, don't be wrong, I'm not into dudes, and I guess I am as far as like I do look at other men and judge them appropriately.
There's a aesthetic value to it.
Yeah. Oh yeah, totally. To be clear, not that there's anything wrong with being into dudes.
No.
That being said, I also feel like most of the dudes that are into dudes are probably not into the bearded, roided out look either. You know what I mean? It's a very, very special subset of human that looks at like a Seth Feroci character and is like, you know what? That fucking guy looks good.
See, that brings up something interesting. Like, I get weirded out when chicks hit on me, but if a dude finds me attractive, I'm like, all right, man, thank you. That's
yeah,
awesome.
yeah. No, it's like a compliment.
Yeah, like I
Especially-
don't know why straight guys get like so afraid of like a gay guy giving them a compliment and being like, ooh, sweet ass or something like that. It's like, thanks, baby. Like, yeah. Like women do it to each other all the time.
Yep. They never do it to men.
No.
Unless they're
And
cat
it's
calling.
creepy when men do it to women.
Yeah. Like borderline illegal.
Yeah. Yeah, totally. Like I have a Facebook friend who and we're on Instagram together and we follow each other. Like I met her maybe twice, but like we found each other and like
Yep.
became internet friends. Anyways, she tends to post scantily clad photos of herself,
Oh, yeah?
which I don't like. Well, not like I don't like, but like I don't
Yeah,
like
understood.
interact with them.
Yeah,
I
it makes
don't
you feel
like,
weird.
yeah, because it feels weird, and I don't want her to like. I can appreciate the artistic vision that she goes through with that, and that's why I like the photos. It's not necessarily saying like, "Ooh, a half-naked woman." So like, I don't like her photos, or like heart them in Instagram. But and I always look through the comments and like the guys and the girls say the same, pretty much same thing, like, "Ooh, fire! You're slaying, girl," and stuff like that. And like every time I come across a guy who's like, "Damn, you're hot," I'm just like, "Ugh, ugh, no, don't do that."
Yeah, just leave, like, if you want to leave some engagement, like a nice emoji. You know, like
Even
find the one that works, and even then, like, it depends who you are. Like if I'm
yeah,
like if I'm me, like it depends. You know, I'm on my personal profile. Like I'm gonna do a little, yeah. Nick's here. Nick said, "GW, we love you." That's
what's
absolutely right.
up,
We do.
Nick? How's it going, buddy?
Uh, a little behind the scenes on the show during the regular show, which doesn't happen. If I'm me, like on my personal profile, like surfing the internet is not HickoryTDAU. I would feel uncomfortable liking Scanley unless the exception is like if it's a performer I've performed with who does like burlesque or
Right,
that type
right,
of thing, like my personal account liking Katniss Everqueer
yeah,
would never, or Evening Out or Dominique Anjou or any of the wonderful performers that I've performed with would never like be like whatever. And if HickoryTDAU liked them, it would be like whatever. But if it was randomly like some other person that I don't know, I would
right.
like the TDAU might. But usually not really, because to be honest, he doesn't like a whole lot on social media. He just posts stuff and throws it out there and hopes that shit sticks against the wall.
Yeah,
But yeah, it would be weird if like if I was looking through my significant other's posts and all of a sudden it was just a bunch of hot jack tan dudes with six packs on the beach. I'd be like, huh, what's going on? You know,
yeah.
like the same if I was just like liking a bunch of thirst traps on my personal profile.
Yeah.
That being said, my professional profile might be turning into thirst traps now that I'm actively working on the vein content. Yeah, that's right. I found my niche. It's quad veins. So you guys get ready on the spicy sites. The links are down in the I don't know, on my profile on the link tree. Speaking of link tree, you can also find a friend there named MC Molasses who has a new single who came out today, and we'll get into that
Yes.
later this episode. But first, we got some. We'll be chatting with GW throughout the episode. Don't you guys worry, but we are going to get into some articles just to stay on point. And I felt like this one might be really appropriate for the conversation we have been having. So let's get into it. How the drunk is this news?
How the drunk is this? How the drunk is this news? How the drunk is this? Find out soon.
Yeah, that's right. How the drunk is this news? Bobert bikini photo supporting colleague reveals massive secret tattoo. So to be honest, like this is just like an end of the road story to encapsulate what has happened. Apparently another prominent, I don't know, prominent. She's got some prominent assets. Senator or House. See, I don't know. Somebody
She's a representative.
Somebody, yeah, politically on the right, it's not Lauren Boebert, posted a video recently, which we'll check out in just a second, of themselves wearing a Make America Great Again bathing suit, to which has caused all sorts of calamity because, damn it, you Republicans, you're supposed to be prudes. And, you know, it's, we don't believe in slut shaming unless it's towards, I don't know, people who consider themselves conservative, because whatever. Let's get into the story. A photo of Representative Lauren Boebert wearing a bikini shared in support of Republican colleagues shows a massive secret tattoo. Good Lord, GW, can you imagine that somebody got elected, had a tattoo they didn't want to show everyone?
Oh no, she has a tattoo.
Boebert is seen wearing a black bikini, which reveals a tribal tattoo that covers her right side from ribs to her pelvic bone. Yeah, awfully specific in your reporting. Thank you. The photo was posted by Ginger Gates, the wife of Rep Matt Gates, on X in response to Boebert defending Rep Anna Paulina Luna after an unearthed video of Luna wearing a Make America Great Again swimsuit in 2016 went viral. Oh, so this was this before she was elected? I want to know when Anna Paulina Luna got in. APL for short, you know, representing them streets.
Yeah.
We love confident, healthy, patriotic women like Lauren, Gates wrote on Thursday. Well, then there's that, Boebert wrote in response to the post of herself with eyes and laughing emojis. Gates shared several photos of Republican women in bikinis after Luna acknowledged her unearthed video going viral. From Ginger Gates, we love the healthy, patriotic women like Lauren. I like how they said black bikini. They completely negated the fact that it was leopard print with gold chain sides on the bottom.
Yeah.
Yeah, let me, how do I do that? Oh, yeah, just zoom in for those out there with the cheap seats. Yeah, we can keep the face out, you know, it's...
All right. I don't see what the big deal about that is.
Other than, like, it's ugly. It's not.
It's like, dude, she listens to Five Finger Death Punch.
Yeah, totally.
Like, so, like, that tattoo is completely in line.
Luna, 35, an Air Force veteran and former model. Oh, okay. Initially posed in the one piece with former President Donald Trump's famous slogan at the time of his 2016 presidential campaign. Oh, not found. Yeah, let's go look at that just to be clear what we're talking about here. Yeah, I previewed it before. It says adult content. I think we should be fine. I don't think...
It's not like she's playing with her beeve.
No. And she, like, turns around, but, like...
Okay, so there's some butt. Overall, that's pretty boring.
Yeah.
Like, there's nothing... okay.
Yep. Pretty tame. Not gonna lie. You know, just gotta make sure we got that in there.
Like, honestly, who cares? Like,
Anna Paulina Luna responded on Twitter. I'm confirming that I have indeed worn swimsuits, and you can tell I am biologically a woman. Savage. They're better than you can do at time digging than digging up modeling photos for me from almost a decade ago. Yeah, I mean, 2016 was 8 years ago.
yeah.
The left is attempting to make this a thing, yet can't define a woman. Very low IQ behavior. Get over it, Luna wrote, taking aim at Democratic politicians' support of the transgender community. Yeah, no, or just rubbing their own values in their face. As much as I don't want to defend a politician here. Great minds discuss ideas, average minds discuss events, small minds discuss people. I don't know who that quote's attributed to, but I've definitely seen it before.
Yeah, I have no idea.
Luna, who received endorsements from Trump and Georgia Republican MTG, not Magic the Gathering, was elected to represent Florida's 13th district in the U.S. House of Representatives in November 2022, defeating Democratic nominee and becoming the first Mexican-American woman elected to Congress from the state. Then we got lots of political slogan. Oh, yeah. She's surrounded by snakes. I don't know. Clickbait ahead.
I don't know. Is she in Washington, D.C.? Oh, snip, snap.
That's probably the top of the Washington Monument. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah. Still not enough snakes.
She doesn't know. She's 40 feet in the air, and there's just a pile underneath her.
That's right. And in that pile is me with my garter snake.
Yep, just pretending like I fit in.
Pretending I'm poisonous.
Okay, let's do one more. Then we'll get into the molasses release, and then we got another one, and then we'll finish it up talking with GW. Not that we aren't talking with GW this whole time.
Yeah,
But...
well, you know, it happens.
Okay. Here's another Twitter one. Yeah, I could have played the "How the Drunk Is This News" thing again, but you know, it's good once. Like past that, you're just gonna notice more editing mistakes and be like, "Wow, this guy is an asshat." This one I thought was hilarious. Former Bachelorette contestant hasn't been met with open arms from the left after coming out as trans. The far left and LGBTQ community have been some of the most vitriolic and mean towards me throughout all of this. This is from Fox News, unfortunately. Josh Cedar, a former contestant on The Bachelorette, has allegedly faced vitriolic backlash from the quote-unquote far left after coming out as transgender earlier this summer. Ironically, I found that the far left and the LGBTQ community have been some of the most vitriolic and mean towards me throughout all of this, Cedar said. I haven't been met with acceptance, tolerance, and open arms like the left loves to preach about. Yeah, this is Josh Cedar. Long before transitioning, Josh Cedar showed off his tattoos after meeting Bristow on the first night of The Bachelorette, season 11. I've struggled with my gender identity and resulting feelings of guilt and shame for as long as I can remember. Spent the last 3 decades taking great pains to keep this side of me private, Chicagoan shared on Instagram May 20th. I ask for your thoughts and prayers and patience as I transition. And it'll take time for everyone, including myself, to adjust. I simply ask that you accept me now, just as you did before, he continued. Chicago Kent College of Law grad has drawn skepticism for choices, electing to keep his facial hair while transitioning to desire to use a woman's restroom. Greater also to keep my wanting to date with values rooted in traditionalism. Yeah, because how dare you? How dare you also be transgender and also traditional? I can't imagine how people would right?
Yeah.
Isn't that like a weird thing to just assume the political preference of somebody who is going through such a struggle, G-dubs?
Well, I mean, live and let live. If he wants to be a housewife, let him be a housewife. You know, that's my thing. Like,
I wholeheartedly agree, my friend. Dates can be so cheap. The last couple of dates I've gone on, I've expected the guy to pay because I feel like the man should pay for the first date, and they just don't want to, Cedar said. Sitting there at the bill came, Cedar claimed to tell a dinner mate the guy should pay first, to which the date responded, "In case you should pay." Cedar added a desire to be treated like a woman. Users flocked to the comments of the criticism of post. And yeah, I guess he's somewhere in this lineup of handsome fellers who are looking to get famous.
oh, he's it's working out for him.
Man, I thought there was a... Okay, I'll have to pull it up after. I was pretty sure there was like a link to his her Instagram, which was pretty entertaining. I'm not gonna lie, I would have liked to watch a couple of those videos. We might have to pull them up after. Before I do that, let me pull up the latest MC Molasses track. Holy crap, it's been popping off in the views. That's right. 41 of them bitches.
Sweet.
Yeah, that's not bad.
It's all because I'm back.
It's more than Make Lawns Great Again got, actually, which is unfortunate because I was hoping that one was going to do super well. Anyways, I'm going to play this tune. I'm going to go grab a beverage, and I'll be right back, G-dubs.
All right, I'll be here.
Thank you.
in my lawn. But here we are, the different go paths we've been on. You're trying to write the greatest TikTok, I'm trying to finish the song. It's the theory of a narcissist wrapped up in this long. It turns out to be a drunk asshole with a microphone and a bong. Up in them greener hills, few hours north of Boston. My lawn's mean, mugging its boss like it's Strain or Steve Austin. And it kinda acts like the amount of beers and shit that it's been tossing. Cause it shines like it's code Trichomes and smells like cheap frosting. We'll be riding off in the sunset. We'll grind at dawn for all long, make the summer yet. The beer is cold, the chambers are loaded, it's a long hair banger. This won't be the last ride for this Lone Ranger. We'll be riding off in the sunset. We'll grind at dawn for all long, make the summer yet. The beer is cold, the chambers are loaded, it's a long hair banger. This won't be the last ride for this Lone Ranger. Over 6 shooters cocked, I got 2 like a boss. Cause you never know what trouble we might come across. Got a pack full of Malorganite, and bottles of sauce. Cause we're gonna get baked till the lawn's printing a high gloss. You know molasses, I put lawn garden shame. It's really their fault, they got no one else to blame. They should've known the danger, messing with the Lone Ranger. Molasses should know the lawn shit, they'll remember the name. We'll be riding off in the sunset. We'll grind at dawn for all long, make the summer yet. The beer is cold, the chambers are loaded, it's a long hair banger. This won't be the last ride for this Lone Ranger. We'll be riding off in the sunset. We'll grind at dawn for all long, make the summer yet. The beer is cold, the chambers are loaded, it's a long hair banger. This won't be the last ride for this Lone Ranger.
Yeah. Long hair banger. That's right.
Nice. Good job, buddy. Or good job, molasses.
Yeah, molasses. Maybe I wonder if I just click through skip on like what the.
There's a lot of bullshit going on this time of year. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, this is fun. It's like a bad mix of.
You know what kind of day it is.
Oh, the lyric video came up. Oh, lyric video again. This was the first one I was
Molasses
really
bag.
happy with.
Now to share a tale. An old tale. Or maybe as old as time.
And I love this edit. I haven't. Molasses and I, to be fair, Route 4 Records and Hickory Studios have not received a cease and desist yet. So either it means the song's not doing well enough, or they're totally cool with me using the image of Jason Voorhees. I like to think it's the latter.
Yeah, that's totally it. That's
The funny part is, like, I mean, I don't know. What do you think, G-Dubs? Would that one fall under? Would that be would New Line
No.
Cinemas be able to claim that?
no, it would not.
Okay, it's not close enough.
Yeah, no, that's definitely Jason Voorhees with a lawnmower.
And a pair of hedge trimmers, to be
Yeah.
clear, in his right hand. I've had a lot of people ask me what that was. And I was like, oh, it's hedge clippers. Like I don't know where you guys live, but that's like a big part of lawn care here. Is like making sure that hedges, trees, and bushes don't just overcrowd your property. I'm actually dealing with it with apples right now.
Oh,
Is
that just makes apples grow more.
So the apple tree at our property has never produced much. It's a crab apple tree, to be fair. And I may remember like 3 or 4 years ago, we were like stoked it had like 6 or 7 apples on it. We're like, holy shit, the tree's finally producing. So we pruned it. No big deal. And went a year. Last year, nothing much, like a couple apples here and there, and then we forgot to prune it. And this year, the thing has probably like 150 to 200 apples hanging all over the place, and I can't even mow underneath it because like the branches are so heavy that they're like it's like when there's a lot of snow on the branches and they're just like weighted down. So there's like branches I can't get underneath without like hitting them and knocking apples off. But yeah, I think I'm gonna. I'm not sure. I'm hoping that I have a friend that has like a cider press because that's what I would like to do with it.
Yeah.
I think it'd be really cool that we have this tree in the front yard, and it's not gonna make much. It's gonna make like a couple bottles, but it'd be cool to like make cider and age it and just stick it away, and then like another 5 years, pull it out and be like, holy shit, is that 2024 year the harvest of apples we got? And like people have like, oh, this came from our property. Even though we can't grow anything else here because we don't have enough sunlight other than Kentucky bluegrass. And
Well, you need to make your own cider press.
no, I should probably start researching. Although there's another project I need to work on. I got too many already. Stop. I'm glad the beautiful assistant isn't watching right now because she'd be like, "Damn it, GW, stop filling his head with ideas. He's doing too much already." She would be right.
I mean, it's like it can't be that hard. You get like what, one of those Homer buckets from Home Depot, some weight, and like a mesh screen.
I know, but
and
I
a
think
funnel.
there's like some type of like I feel like
Crank.
in a cider press there's a crank and it basically like grinds them almost like
Yeah.
you'd like run stuff through a grinder and then you press it. Yeah, no, that's I've done a lot of stupid stuff and built a lot of shit in my day. Back in the day, I built a forge with a friend so we could forge stuff out of an old brake rotor and a blowing fan and some coal. And we were blacksmithing stuff. I actually have some stuff in the shed that I'd like forged myself, like a couple butter knives I made out of rebar. But yeah, no, that's like I got too much. I'm not building a cider press. As much fun as that does sound like, and they're not as soft as grapes. Like I can't just have some friends with nice feet come over and wash their feet gently and then have them step in a bucket and just stomp around like they're on a stairmaster. As much fun as that sounds like, yeah, apples don't quite press like grapes do.
I'm wondering if like a grain mill or something like that would work.
It could.
Like just two stones rolling over each other.
It makes me wonder because I do feel like somewhere. I feel like I still have the old grinder thing like my grandmother had. I can't remember if we got rid of it in the move or not. But there was like literally a grinder. I assume it was for like meat or sausage because that's the only thing I could think that you would generally grind in a house back in the 80s and 90s. If I could find that, the only issue with that one was we would have had to cut the crab apples in quarters, which would have been. I mean, like you're adding I mean, wrong. It doesn't sound like much until you realize, like, hey, you're going to be cutting 60 pounds of apples in quarters, and the apples are all this big.
Yeah,
like that's
when you get a sous chef.
You probably got like 6 to 12 apples per pound. You're talking like almost 200 apples. I agree. I should have one. And I feel like if I ever had a producer for the show, like that's what I call him. It'd be like sous chef Danny would be like the guy that sat in the corner. I was actually talking about that with Wood today. By the way, he said to say hey.
Oh, nice.
But
I miss that guy.
Yeah, he a sad story. Something with Zoom got messed up. He was actually supposed to interview somebody he was really stoked for the show last night.
Oh,
I can't remember her performing name. He just calls her Dessa, but I can't remember. He's actually had some wild interviews on his show.
he has.
Yeah,
He,
like Sage
and
Francis,
yeah,
which is like I'm like I haven't heard that name since I was in high school, but I'm still blown away. Oh, did I tell you? Speaking of which, side note, Jesse, so Joss Lade,
yeah.
performed at the birthday shows. Did I tell you that he opened for Charlie Tuna?
No, but I saw it on
Nice.
Facebook and Instagram. So
Yeah,
yeah,
Bassett
good for
opened
him.
for Charlie Tuna, man.
That's
Like,
awesome.
so that's like Ra the Rugged Man, Mac Lethal, and Charlie Tuna all in the same year.
That's pretty
Fucking
good.
solid. They're building a resume.
Yeah,
And I do have a beat over to him. We're working on something. I got one.
nice.
Yeah,
And solid dude.
dude, he's awesome. I'm
Yeah.
a big fan. A way better rapper than Molasses. like hands down. Like I always like. He's one of the reasons that Molasses has a hard time referring to himself as a rapper. Like, is because like I know dudes like him and Vast Verbal who are just like dope. Like I don't even know how to explain it. It's fucking it's
Phenomenal.
it's speed poetry, and just phenomenal technique, and they nail every line, and it's amazing. And then I'm like, yeah, what's MC Molasses do? And like, he does music stuff, I guess. But yeah, we are supposed to be working. I mean, Report Records and Joss Lade. So the idea was to produce a song called like "The Greenest State of Mind," which was just the thing that popped into my head when I was producing the track for them. And they're going to write respective verses and a hook together. But the idea was that they would go out to a local cannabis farm and go shoot the video.
That's cool.
i.e. being Backwoods Farms, Vermont, which is I don't know, within my neck of the woods. It's I think Bridgewater or Chattagee. I can't remember what they put on their label because it's definitely back in the hills some. But a cool grow up that we're friends with, and then to do one eventually with Molasses, Joss Lade, and Vast Verbal. And Vast Verbal is very close with somebody who owns Old Growth Vermont. I don't know if that's like an open thing or I just spoiled anything kayfabe style, but I don't think so because Old Growth does sponsor a lot of the shows that they do. But that we would go up and do like a 3-piece set thing, but be able to film in height of bloom up in Old Growth Vermont, which would be dope.
Nice.
They have a big outdoor grow, so there
Yeah.
would be a lot of cool in between the rows type shots, which is my thought.
Need a
Not
drone
that I was
pilot.
only thinking about the end product of the video. Don't get me wrong. I will make sure the beat's ridiculous and MC Molasses isn't, a shithead. That's all I can do.
Yeah, dude, I can see drone shots with that, and like
Yeah.
each person in their own row.
Yeah, that would be cool. Very, very cool. But yeah, I meant to stop screen. That was the thing. Okay, let's pull that down. We got another story to get into. This one was just I don't think anyone's really surprised when they see articles like this, knowing how incompetent our government is. But yeah, even though it's from Fox, it's going to be slightly biased. That being said, like they're controlled media enough that they're not going to say anything that's ridiculously untrue. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? Like they're still in that space where they've like gotta pretend that they care about facts. So when you see a number like this, it just kind of blows you away. ICE lost track of tens of thousands of migrant kids. Department of Homeland Security Inspector General finds. The report found U.S. Immigrant and Customs Enforcement often ignored guidelines for monitoring the location of unaccompanied minors. U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement, or ICE as we like to call them, has lost track of tens of thousands of unaccompanied minors over the last 5 years. An internal watchdog within the Department of Homeland Security sent a report to Congress on Tuesday titled Management Alert. ICE cannot monitor all accompanied migrant children released from DHS, U.S. Department of Health and Human Services custody. The interim report warns that over the past 5 years, more than 32,000 unaccompanied migrant children are no longer accounted for by ICE. Means in the past 5 years alone, there's 32,000 children that have entered this country that we have no idea where they are, what they're doing, or who they're with.
Oh, that's good.
They're completely unaccounted for. Mind-boggling.
Well, it's funny how like there's people on the left that are like abolish ICE and stuff like that, but they're the first ones to complain when it's like ICE doesn't know where these kids are. Like, well, what do you think's going to happen if they're gone?
And this makes me feel like, maybe abolishing ICE wouldn't be a bad idea because then we could like create something that actually works. Like right now, like it's being like, oh, we can't figure out what the problem is. The CIA is working their hardest, and everybody's like, oh, maybe we should just give more money to the CIA. Like, or maybe we should gut the CIA and give the money to somebody who can figure it out. Because, like it feels like if it doesn't work, much like many institutions in this country, my friend, it doesn't work. Let's just throw more money at it. Like that's the opposite of what I do. Like if I had a lease and the car broke down every 500 miles, like every 3 weeks, I was like, I just puttered out and stopped on my way to go get groceries. I'd be like, you fuck this car. I'll go buy something that sucks and actually gets me around and is old. And we don't do that like in the government.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, oh wait, they failed so bad. Did you just say 32,000 children that we aren't able to account for in the past 5? That's 6,000 kids a year. That's like 200 kids a day or 20 kids a day.
Yeah.
It's 20 children a day entering this country, and you're just like, oh yeah, I'm sure it's fine. Like I get fired, bro. Like, why aren't more people getting fired? I don't.
Well, here's the better part of that. It's 20 kids a day that are getting caught that are disappeared. Yeah. Like this isn't going over like the kids that aren't caught. And
which is probably a decent amount considering like let's extrapolate it to something completely unconnected. How many people a day get caught smoking weed in states that are illegal? Like I don't want to single out a state that you live in, but one near you, G-dubs. South Carolina? Is weed legal in South Carolina?
No, nothing below Virginia.
Okay. Like, what do you think the percentage of the arrests in South Carolina actually, you know what I mean? Like, is it 5% of the people that are egregiously break the law that get popped?
If that.
Yeah. Like 1%. Like, you have to be pretty stupid.
You have to be really fucking stupid.
To get
like
arrested
not even pretty
basically
stupid.
Anywhere.
Yeah.
Like I've done some I've made some bad decisions and smoked weed getting out of my car in parking lots in front of police officers. Nobody seems to give a shit because I'm getting out of the car and going somewhere else. Now, had they seen me smoking on the way back to my car, they might have trailed me and said, "Hey, we smell weed," when they pulled me over.
Yeah.
Side note, I do miss you at Movie Roast. I wanted to say
Oh.
that first and foremost because I fucking love you, my friend. And it's weird. It's all right. Like it's all right. Like Art's, he has a chemistry with Pierre.
Yeah.
Like they've worked together a lot before, so it's like it's a little easier on my end because I'm like, oh, they have good chemistry. I don't necessarily like. I'm not the odd man out, but on the flip side, I don't have to like. I don't have to
Try.
fake.
Well,
I don't have
yeah.
to fake or try anything.
Yeah.
Like I just get to like do my normal movie roast bit where I make my jokes whenever I want to make my jokes, and everyone else gets to do the same. So it's kind of like that. And although I do miss you.
Well, I miss movie roast.
I understand.
Even broader picture, I miss Vermont. Like
Which is something
it's-
I hope to never say. As much as I want
Yeah.
to get the fuck out of this place, to be honest, I hope I never say that.
yeah,
as mu-
like Vermont's home
I understand.
for all its warts. So, like, yeah, I'll be back. I actually, I am coming back in December at some point.
Okay.
So like, I'm still working out the details of, but one of my films is being shown.
Well, if you need a couch, my friend, ours is always open.
Quite
I would
possibly.
even get an inflatable mattress and put it in the separate room where the cat can't get to.
Oh, dude, inflatable
Or you could
mattresses.
sleep in here in the studio and just crank out shit all the time. You could just be editing and uploading content in my studio, which would be hysterical. Hi, I'm GW in Hickory Studio. Look, there's Hulk Hogan and Power Rangers, and for some reason, Mr. Potato Head has a dick that's bigger than mine. But welcome.
But it's also red.
Yeah, I actually did a spicy content page picture of me kissing that the other day.
Oh,
Yeah, I got to remind him that I love him.
yeah.
Because he hasn't popped up in a long time. He's actually the first
But
post
then-
on my spicy content page too. Just say, hey, Mr. Potato Head's ready to get this party started. How about you guys?
Now, do you have subscribers to your spicy page?
No, I'm working on it. So we're at I'm at like 10 posts so far. So no, I don't. I haven't promoted it yet, other than just joking about it on the show.
Okay.
I had one previously, and then the wife made a joke about it, which I thought meant like she didn't like it, so I got rid of it. And then we had a conversation about it, and she was like, "Actually, I don't care." And I was like, "Okay," because I didn't think you would, because nothing was too spicy on that page. Like it wasn't like straight. It wasn't like D pics or anything. Like it was just like mostly jokes and some like gym photos. And so, yeah, no, it's reinstituted, and we're working on it.
Nice. Well, I do normally with everything that you do, I would totally subscribe and like follow. This is going to be the one that I take the pass on.
Understood.
There's things that I want to keep secret in our relationship.
Absolutely understood, my friend.
Spicy Picks is one of them.
Can I give you 3 minutes solo, and then I'll be right back?
Yeah.
You good with that?
Yeah. I got something I can talk about.
Okay. Roll.
So, ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you this story. Because Hickory brought up air mattresses. And do you know that air mattresses suck. They're terrible. They're uncomfortable, and they're awful. Like, I had to sleep on an air mattress before I left Vermont, and for like a few days when I came to Georgia. So it was always one of those things where it's like, oh, we'll get through this. But the problem that no one tells you is sleeping with a partner on an air mattress, where I'm a big guy. I'm pushing 300 pounds. Like I'm husky. I'm husky, and my wife is not. She is a very short, beautiful woman, but very tiny. She's a tiny. Like, I can fold her up and pick her and put her in my pocket. And there were multiple times when she would be in the air mattress, and I would be getting up, doing my nightlies, and get into bed and bounce her to the ceiling as I sat down on the air mattress, because it just, the equilibrium is off. And I felt so bad. Like, one time I sat down and there was enough force where she literally raised out of the bed and landed on the ground. Like a Looney Tunes cartoon, you know? Like a Looney Tunes cartoon. And it made me wondering, like, why isn't this an Olympic sport? I think get mixed couples, big enough airbags where you can catch some serious air, but like have like a big dude, like, I don't know, a sumo wrestler or whatever, power lifter from the Olympics, and a gymnast, and like have the gymnast sit on the air mattress and have like the power lifter fall onto the air mattress and see how high the gymnast can get. I think that would be an excellent Olympic sport. Oh, you're muted.
We have a power lifter fall into a mat.
Yeah. And on the mat is a gymnast.
Oh, okay.
So when they fall onto the air mattress, you see how high the gymnast can get into the air, and like the highest peak wins.
And we have a mat that's like standard regulations amongst all the competition.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Same mat, everything.
Yeah. No, I think
But,
that's
like,
great. That sounds better than breakdancing to me.
Yeah. And like, people could get, like, depending on the size of the air mattress, like, you could get some serious air. Like, get like one of those like giant ones that like stunt people use when they fall off buildings.
Yeah.
So like have the person empty out a pool of all the water, fill it with like foam, and like have the power lifter on top of like the highest diving board fall off onto the air mattress.
So he's like, what, like 30 feet up?
Yeah, I guess. I don't know.
And
That
we gotta
sounds
have like a bunch of mats around it for where the
Oh yeah, yeah.
the
Nothing too
gymnast.
fancy. Like,
gymnast falls.
yeah.
Would there be a weight class in the sport?
No, but
Okay.
it has to be a mixed couple.
Yep.
So male, female.
Maybe there would be like a max weight. You know what I mean? Like you'd pick like a 600-pound total. But then again, you'd be limited. So you'd want, the ideal would be the lightest gymnast.
Yes.
So you'd want someone who's like 90 to 100 pounds, which probably is fine for a gymnast that still looks like they're 12 at 22.
Exactly.
And then with the 600-pound limit, you'd be able to have a 500-pound power lifter.
But they both have to
At
be
that point, you could have a strong man or
well.
any other.
They both have to be Olympic athletes.
Oh,
That's the
okay.
caveat.
So powerlifting is not an Olympic an Olympic sport yet.
Or
So,
deadlifting, or
no, I don't think that is. Olympic weightlifting is. Let me.
I know there's some sort of weightlifting where there's like big hunk and meat.
So it's Olympic lifting, which is called weightlifting per se. I'm actually gonna look up heaviest Olympic athlete. Because now I'm curious. 2024.
Like originally, I was thinking like sumo wrestlers, but I don't know if sumo is an Olympic sport.
Okay, so men's weightlifting comes up. 2024 Olympic results: men's 100 plus 102 plus kilos, so that's like 230 pounds, 240 pounds, what these guys weighed in at. And gold was 470, which is nuts. 215, 255, which is like Olympic weightlifting. It's like the snatch and the I can't remember. Olympic lifts. The snatch and the clean and jerk. Okay. Sorry, it took me a minute. The clean and jerk is basically pulling something from a weight that's at the knees, like on the floor,
Yeah,
up to the chest, and then so that's the clean, and then the jerk is the pressing it up overhead, which you can use like a push press. But the snatch is grabbing something from the floor and throwing it overhead in one motion. Typically with a wide grip on the bar.
yeah,
And literally it's a pull up the thighs and then jump and explode and try to catch it at the top. Well, at least like for a max lift. For a normal lift, there would be a weight you could kind of control up. But yeah, so the snatch and the clean and jerk. And I'm gonna look at what the weights were, because that's 215 and 255, and that's in kilos, right? So oh god, these guys are snatching like oh god, I gotta look up a calculator, man. These like that's an insane amount. I mean, as it should be, right? It's the Olympics.
yeah.
So it's 215 times 2.2. 473 pound snatch. Oh, that's mind boggling. 255 pound clean and jerk. It's 561. Yeah, so he overhead press 561. I mean, given it's like a push press, that's still like an insane amount of weight for anybody to be pushing over their head.
Yeah.
Like I would say, like most people could probably reach like 220-ish pounds, 225 pounds, be like a lifetime, like, holy crap, you were insanely strong at overhead pressing. Like that would be like god tier amongst 95% of the population. And this guy doubled it.
Yeah, that's messed up.
That's crazy.
But like, imagine him jumping on an air mattress and throwing Simone Biles into the air.
I agree. How much did he actually weigh? Yeah, look at that. Doesn't even
Yeah.
like look.
Oh, he's a big boy.
Yeah, but he ate into the competition. Like he is not what most people think when they hear about strength sports like this. Like they are expecting a bodybuilder, like
No.
somebody who's like got abs and no love handles and like is just like, I mean, it's like no, those guys aren't actually that strong. It's the guy that's kind of got a little chub on him like this. That's like perfect weightlifting strength.
Yeah, that's
No, I don't want to.
farmhand strength.
You say pharma and strength?
Farmhand?
Oh, I was gonna say pharma and strength. Yeah, no, that's the part the Olympics doesn't want to talk about. I actually saw somebody recently who was on Rogan's show talking about how they're trying to start an enhanced Olympics. And I'm like, yeah, that's some shit I'm on. Like check me out when that comes through. Like the enhanced Olympics, like Olympics with no drug testing. I'll watch that. I'm in. I'm sold.
Yeah,
Like let's
that'd
do
be
that.
interesting.
These are their totals, which are mind-boggling. 410 was the last base guy. 410, just to be clear. I gotta pull up the calculator in. 410 is like 880 pounds, right? Like 840.
Yeah,
Like the snatch and clean and jerk, 880 pounds total is like mind numbing. Like I don't understand how somebody does that, especially because the Olympic
and
lifts are very skill based. Like they're not, like you said, the deadlift earlier. So like there's a big difference between the sport of deadlifting and powerlifting, or sorry, between powerlifting and weightlifting. They're two entirely different sports that depend on different things. Weightlifting is the snatch, so it's a wide grip from the ankles or from the floor to overhead, and the clean and jerk, which is from the floor to the chest and then pressed out, versus powerlifting, which is a three. So that's like Olympic weightlifting is a two lift sport. Powerlifting is a three lift sport, which is the squat, which I'm only saying this in case nobody knows. Squat is when you load a loaded barbell over your back, you squat to below parallel. A judge says up, and you lock it out. A deadlift is where you pick a weight from the floor all the way up until you lock out. And then a bench press obviously is when you lay on a bench and when you take a barbell in your hands, it touches your chest. A judge says press and you lock it out. That is like the powerlifting rules, to be very, very simple with them. Two different sports. I forgot where I was going with this, but weightlifting just boggles my mind, especially Olympic level weightlifting, because these guys are so skilled that it's crazy to think that people are going to beat this in 4 years.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, powerlifting is a whole nother beast, which is actually having kind of a revival right now, and nothing I'm getting into.
I barely lift paperwork.
Yeah, Sean said, "GW, good to see you, man. Sorry I'm late. Just got off work."
What's up,
Thank you for
Sean?
being here, brother. We love you, man.
Yeah, thanks for coming.
He was one of the few people that GW reached. Actually, asked me about last night.
Yeah.
With Sean, Skip Morrow, Nick, Jason, and Benji. the short list. Yeah.
Well,
let's get more
there's
of
so
a-
many more. There's so many
Of
more.
course, yeah, but the very short list, just to be clear, of people that like we talk about outside of being online.
Real people.
Let me see. I have another one. Oh yeah, I had one last one before we just bullshit. You good on time, G-Dubs?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm good.
That's from CNN. Made me laugh about the headline. Trump promises to make prices plunge again. That's a dangerous proposal. Good Lord, GW. I'm scared that I might have to spend less. What about you?
I'm curious on how he thinks he can do that. Because, well, yeah. Before
that's
we get
what
it,
a rational person should ask. I
yeah.
feel like the majority, like this headline is not targeted towards a rational person. You know what I mean?
Well, here's the thing, because the Democrats have been running on like the idea of like caps on costs of things, of like rent,
Yep.
and things like that, and like both people are running over the same top. Like they are getting to the point where like they want the same thing, but they're making it sound like it's going to be different.
Which at the end of the day, and I don't mean to put you on the spot politically, do you think it is different, or do you think like one is a career as politician and one is somebody who is trying to do better by the country? And like, I don't mean to put you on the spot by that, because I don't want to put you in a tight spot, especially being a college student and all that. I just want to be clear that I'm not like, this is not a gotcha question. This is me as a friend asking you because I'm honestly interested.
So the way that I look at it is we have two liars and two hypocrites running for the highest office in the land. I don't see Trump doing anything like I don't see him running in good intentions. And the same thing with Kamal. Like I there's so many things that like I don't understand why she got the nod for her party.
I have theories, but
Well,
we'll get into that after.
yeah, that's there's always that stuff, but like the fact that she can joke about sending people to jail for weed and then go on a morning radio show and say, "Oh yeah, I've smoked before and I did inhale," like
Yep.
that's kind of bad. And Trump, at the risk of sounding like a leftist parrot, like the guy's a slime ball. Like,
oh no, 100% agreed.
And like, I feel that there has to be some sort of moral integrity to the office, which I don't feel that like either party is presenting. And why? There are so many more rational people that the Republicans could have run. Yep. And like, just because there's this fervor around this one guy who has mediocre policies, is surrounded by yes men who fill out his cabinets. And like, yeah, like my beef with him is that he talks a good game about like clearing the swamp and like making all these changes, but like everyone that he filled with cabinet positions were insiders. His last VP pick, Pence, was a complete insider.
Yep, horrendous.
So there was so much inside control, and like he's trying to run as an outsider, which he's not. He's not anymore. He was president. Like you can't be the rebel and the empire at the same time. Like you could be either one. So yeah, they both suck.
No, I wholeheartedly agree with that. The only thing that I would say that there's a few things where I would and not to be partisan, but say Trump, is that like overall economy, and that's pre-COVID, to not be like, as much as I hate to bring that up, pre-COVID economy, fucking awesome. Like even Jim Cramer agreed, which is concerning because Jim Cramer hasn't made a correct prediction in his fucking life since he's been on MSNBC or CNBC Business or whatever the show he's doing. And no new wars. It's like a big one for a lot of people. But no, I do agree in that he's not as anti-establishment as he was.
Yeah.
On the flip side, I also have a hard time seeing like the fact that people are so fervent over Kamala.
Oh, it's weird.
Even though she never got a single delegate in 2016. She basically got squashed by Tulsi Gabbard in one debate.
Yeah.
She was basically the bottom of the pick list for the Democrats in 2016. And she literally got the VP certificate. And I'm not trying this to be fucking crass or arrogant or an asshole or display my fucking privilege from whatever I have, because, you know, the genetics, she was literally picked by our president because she was a black woman.
Yeah.
And he as much stated that ahead of time. There's definitely footage of Kamala, or not Kamala, KGP, Karine Jean-Pierre, the press secretary, saying the exact same shit, that she was picked because she's a black woman, however you define that, depending on your line, and was a person on the LGBTQ spectrum, basically stating that. But the fact that everybody switched overnight was very fucking weird. And the fact that like nobody in the mainstream realized that, like the friends of mine that like follow mainstream sources and mainstream politics were like, oh, you know, Kamala's not that great. So like literally the next day they're like, oh my God, Kamala's the pick for president.
Yeah.
It was weird.
Well,
I'm not saying that didn't happen in 2016 with Trump. But to be honest, there wasn't like an incumbent who was doing poorly in 2016 who just happened to slide in at the last minute after the democratic process of nominating the guy before him won. Because like that's another part that irks me a little bit, is that the party of quote unquote democracy has stated that democracy matters, even though the person that they're going to put up for president never won a single Democratic primary. Biden did that. They never won anything. They literally just got put into place. Like it was just magic. Like one night, everybody was like, Biden doesn't slur. He has a stutter. He's doing great. And literally the next night after the debates, it was like, oh my God, we can't run Biden. Kamala's got to do it. And the fact that everybody jumped in line was very just like, wait, what?
All
No,
too
no,
quickly.
this didn't wake anybody up to the fucking bullshit that's been going on. Like,
Yeah.
this is what happened. Like, this is how Bernie got fucked. Like, this is why they didn't want RFK running. They didn't want anybody in the background to absorb those votes. Which I
Yeah.
just saw recently. RFK is about to endorse Trump and get a spot in his cabinet. We'll see what happens with that.
The thing that like I find funny is the Libertarian Party
Oh, of course.
and the candidate that they chose. I haven't read too much into him, but like former communist.
Yep.
And like it's like what principles of the Libertarian Party is he actually like espousing
Oh, he's
now?
awful. Like, it was basically they just threw their vote. Like, they were like, you know what? How about libertarians vote Trump? That's literally like what I felt like Libertarian Party did this year. It was like, oh, we're going to nominate somebody so awful that you guys just vote for Trump anyways.
I don't know if I'm voting.
I can't say I blame you, dude. I'm not
Like either like any of the parties are just awful.
Derek Johnson. Have you watched his Hypnosis on Rosen and Barr podcast? I honestly hope what he says is true. Don't surprise me.
It was
Have
Derek
not watched
Johnson.
it yet. I'm not sure, to be honest.
I feel like I've been in a bubble.
That's a Sean comment for sure. G-Dubs, if I grab a beverage a minute before we get out of here, you good?
Yeah, go for it.
Sweet. Yeah.
So I'm trying to think of other stories from Georgia. I haven't been doing stand up, unfortunately. And that's mainly because I don't like driving down here. I hate driving in general. Like it's terrible. And down here, everyone drives like a fucking maniac. Like I can be doing 5 over the limit and people are just passing me like nothing. Like doing like 15 over. And it's like, no, I'm not doing that. I'm gonna drive the speed limit and like make sure like I'm not like gonna kill somebody. Like there's way too many people popping out in the middle of the street and like just crossing like Frogger, and it's awful. It's awful. So like, also I want to write new jokes. The old jokes I had just I don't know, like they're not bad. They weren't bad jokes. I don't feel them anymore. Does that make sense? I just wish it's not that I have writer's block. It's I'm just not happy with what I've been coming up with. And it's frustrating. So that's why I haven't been doing comedy. I haven't been very creative all summer, which is weird for me. Like I dabble in stuff, but for the most part, like I got nothing. I'm trying, but I'm worried about school. And that's coming up. So yeah, I haven't done anything. Who knows? Maybe this semester will be a breeze. Okay. I don't think I can click on Yeah, So Sean said Derek Johnson is, as a country music artist, author of the book Laws and Orders, I believe is the name. Okay, that explains it. I don't listen to country, and I don't read books. I ain't into book learning. No. Oh, there we go. That worked. Hickory must be back. That's yeah, Derek Johnson. Sounds like a baseball player.
Laws and Orders. Eric Johnson, have you watched Hypnosis? Nope. Let's look into that. I'm not familiar. But that's basically all I got. Thank you, Jobs. I figured before we get out of here, we talk for like 3 minutes about my transition. Refer to any questions that GW's got so I can answer them clear and on the books. And we'll get into that before we get out of here in the last few minutes. You good, GWs?
Yeah.
We're good on time? Okay.
Yeah.
I don't want to keep you too late. I don't want the wife mad at you on episode 1 that you're back. Okay, my transition. Let's go.
How's my transition going? How's my transition going?
That's right. How's the transition going? Welcome back. It's that segment on TDAU Live, and I want to ask GW if he had any questions. I feel like I caught him up for the most part last night.
Yeah.
Basically explaining that the transition is from the drunken underwhelming to the danken underwhelming. I quit drinking. It's been about a month now.
Nice.
21st.
Congrats,
So that's
man.
21st, August 21st. Not that I'm counting days. More or less, I've been on blood pressure medication and trying to get off that shit. So I've lost a bunch of weight. It started in April. There should be progress photos on both the channel and the Instagram in the next month, September. Because it took a couple months before like it looked like enough. I was like, oh, I should share this. I've been taking them every month. Eventually, there'll be like a super cut of different months in line. Because I've been taking literally the same video on third cam, no, second cam. Boom. That one in front of the green screen with the light move back. That's basically how I've been doing the different doing the update video, or like little update video. Like it's basically like I strike the same pose 6 times. And I do it once in like full trunks, which is the one I'll share on like my normal ones. And then I take the second one in like my Speedo, not Speedo, but like mid thigh trunks. Like I think they're like
Impression.
I don't know how to explain them, but they're like mid thigh trunks that are tight because it gives me a better idea what's going on.
Yeah.
And I do a third run through in a Speedo, for lack of a better term. Yeah. The beautiful assistant's here saying, not the same undies. Yeah, no, she called me out on the last one. So which next month and the months after, which really doesn't matter. Because at this point they're like just for me. Wife says, man booty shorts without the booty. Yeah.
Hey, I feel that.
They're not even really booty shorts. Like they don't ride up that high. They're like still a couple inches under they're on the mid upper hamstring. Like they don't really show like the upper leg fat and yeah. Don't get me wrong, I'm not agreeing with no booty. That's been a big focus in programming lately. Just trying to get that thing not looking like it sucks. So I've always been very quad dominant. So yeah, trying to get the glutes up a little bit.
Good.
Not a big. Yeah, no, a small little baby.
As a man with no ass, I can relate.
Yeah, no, it's as a fellow with Hank Hill syndrome myself, I understand. It's a thing. And
Yeah.
part of me is like, just gotta fucking push it harder and keep going. That's all of disease, lack of trunk, no ass at all. Yeah. No, I wish there was there was probably some prescriptions like that. Like if they
I
no ass at all. But
I was thinking about getting a BBL, like just take all the
yeah,
fat from my stomach and put it in my butt.
yeah.
BBL Foley.
Yeah, you savage on the gram, my friend.
Absolutely. I'd be showing that thing off.
I wouldn't blame
But
you.
I do want to say that with the progression, I'm very happy for you.
Thank you, brother.
I hope you get off the medication soon. And I can't wait to see like AIDS Hickory again.
That's funny. AIDS Hickory. I have I booked a side hustle. So not August, it was September. Oh, sorry, I'm pulling up my calculator so I can see the date. 21st, I think. Anyway, September at some point. It's September 21st, 20th. I'm doing I'm filling in for a bass gig,
Nuts.
which I haven't done in forever. So pretty stoked about that. Very much debating if I'm gonna show up in like normal me playing in a band attire, or I'm just gonna show up like in the shirt and vest, and do it because why not? I can do it. It's no problem. We're gonna try to put together a practice at least once before I go out and play live with these guys. In the next month.
What type of band is it?
It's jammy. I want to say to do like it's probably in the 60 originals, 40 covers range.
Okay.
But jammy, which is no problem for me. Like I got that. I can jam a bass all day, no problem. I'm still waiting on the list. Like I've asked for the drummer reached out to me and said, "Hey, can you fill this gig?" And I was like, "Yeah." I'm waiting on a list of like covers and chord progressions for originals.
Okay.
Which is like chord progressions and BPM. You give me that, like I can kind of figure it out and walk into something. Given we're gonna have practice before then, so it shouldn't be a big deal. But one of the last things he said to me after I gained weight again was like, I really miss Skinny Kyle. Or he's like, I don't miss Skinny Kyle. It's kind of weird. And I was like, I can't wait to walk back into that show, semi-skinny Kyle again. Just be like, oh, sorry, bro. John said, organic food and organic meat, the only way to survive. Callie and Cassie Means on Tucker Carlson scared the BB Jeebers off my dietary plans. Callie and Casey Means, I'll have to check that out. Not familiar. That being said, I have some firm opinions about organics, but I won't dispel them tonight because we're just about at the end, and I won't leave any space for G-Dubs and anything he wants to get off his chest because we're already going a little long.
I ain't got shit.
Yeah, this felt so good. It felt so good. Oh, well, I just stream came. That's for sure.
Good. Glad I could do that for you.
Oh, it hit all the spots I wanted you to hit, my friend. That's for sure. Oh, I didn't realize that this far out I felt looked like I was this far out.
Until this.
Yeah. Now I'm like, oh no, I should do this more regularly. It's like put a few more things down instead of up. Like, oh, we'll put Hulk Hogan over here. Yeah. Oh no, it's like oh right there. I feel like that's like perfect. Like if I was gonna do explainer stream, like explainer videos, like
Yeah.
welcome to WX and the story. Today we're talking about the Jersey Devil. The Jersey Devil first popped up in 1873, where three men alone on a dark highway were confronted with a being they weren't sure what it was. Like that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Sean said, Island Boys, that's all we need now to complete the circle now. GW, me and Island Boys?
No.
Yeah.
No.
No circle kissing.
No. Fuck the Island Boys.
Yeah. Yeah, the only reason I know about them is because Colin was on the show for a while.
Yeah.
Well, not even the show that predecessed the show. Like,
yeah,
it's just kind of still the show because it's just me fucking hanging out talking shit with my friends or talking shit about the news when my friends don't show
up. Yeah, Colin is the only reason why I know about that, and sorry, I was reading Sean's next thing.
Oh, sorry, I would have pulled it up. I didn't realize. It's like, oh, G-Dub's taking a minute. Maybe he's frozen. I'm sorry about that, man. I just remembered finding you guys all together. It was good times. Gone now. Good times anyway.
Yeah.
No, to be honest, I still do stuff with Colin like very occasionally. We're not super tight or anything, but we do work together. He was just over in the studio like 2 months ago, working on stuff for the Vermont Film Festival. I was on the Vermont Comedy Festival because of him twice last year. Like no ill feelings towards anyone who's been on the show before. That goes out to Twigga too. To be fair, like the fact that it didn't work out on the show with him, like understood, bro. I'm shocked that GW lasted this long. Like it was him and I, or him and I and a guest for a long time. So like, no feelings against anybody, because like even me, I had to take a break in July.
Yeah.
Just to like reorientate and realize like, okay, no, I need to work on a different part of me.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
So no feelings against anyone, especially GW, because I absolutely love this dude. And if you guys can't feel that on our streams together, like you're probably dead inside.
Yeah. It's always one of those things of like we were close before the show, we were close during the show, and after the show we're still close. Like it's not the only thing that has changed is I'm not on as frequently as I was.
Yeah, absolutely. I would almost say we were friends before the show. We were closer during the show.
Yeah.
And we're closest now.
Yeah.
Like, just because you left and you're not on every week doesn't mean we're not still tight as fuck.
Yeah. Yeah. We no lie. We talk probably like every day, give or take, even if it's just like a short message back and forth.
So it's just funny because I don't mean to like pull the veil back on my personal life, but the wife is like, you don't talk to your friends all that much. And I'm like, we talk like every day or every other day. Like,
yeah.
But it's not like, hey, we have a 45-minute conversation every single fucking day about what's been going on. We don't send each other photos all the time. It's like, a dude relationship where like we send memes back and forth,
Yeah.
and we like say, "Hey, what's up?" every once in a while. But, like,
Occasionally
for
something
whatever-
occasionally something fucked up happens, and we're like, "Oh my god, this happened."
Yeah, but like to her, it's like completely bizarre because apparently, like, women are just perennially online and like constantly talking to their friends. And if they're not talking to their friends, they're not real friends. And I'm like, she's like, how can you go a night without talking to anyone? And I'm like, because we're dudes.
Yeah.
Like, I worked, I got home, I didn't really do anything other than like, make sure like a few basic things were done. I'm ready for tomorrow. And I'm gonna like lay on the couch, watch some TV, eat dinner, and go to bed. Like, that's I don't understand. She's like, well, you didn't like talk to them about what you've been doing at work. I'm like, no, because my friends don't give a shit what I did at work, and I don't care what they did at work. If they had some like major issue, yeah, I want to hear about it because it's funny, and
Yeah.
like they're gonna tell me the story about how somebody was like a complete fucking idiot, walking up to the line or doing whatever they did and saying whatever they did in front of my friends. But like, we don't need to check in every single day because we know that if somebody didn't have an okay day, they would check in.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, and then
Like
we would support them. But
like
like, if everybody in the group has a good day, nobody says anything. And
yeah.
that's like a totally dude thing to do. And it made me laugh because she can't comprehend that.
Yeah.
Which also I
Mm,
can't comprehend to being like in my friends' DMs like 3 times a day. Like I can if we all find memes and we're like having a joke
yeah.
in the group chat. But
Yeah.
like I can't
Yeah.
imagine messaging you 3 times a day just like, hey man, I'm going to work. Hey man, I'm off today. I'm doing dishes. Do you want to see a picture? Like like that's not a normal. I can't
Someone
imagine.
showing me how to make pesto. FML.
And that's just like not my shit.
So someone this is actually a funny story. Well, not necessarily, but like so a woman at work, like they know that I used to be a chef, and so like I go through like the processes with them of like doing certain things that I like will speed up their kitchen.
Yep.
And so like I'm I have manager like roles, but I'm not a manager.
Yep.
So like I'm kind of a consultant for them. And this one of the managers is like, so what do you do culinary wise? I was like, oh, I predominantly cook Italian food, Northern Italian. And he's like, I have no idea what that means. So like, I'm like, ah, okay. So like broke down like the different regions of Italy and like stuff like that. And I'm like, basically less seafood, more dairy.
Yep.
But yeah, she showed me like their process for making pesto today, and I was losing my shit.
Sean said I hung out with Twigga fishing a week ago. No shit, were you magnet fishing? Hope you guys were safe. That was one of the last times he was on the show, was like when
Yeah,
his lady got pulled into the lake magnet fishing. He's doing real good. Good.
good.
Glad to hear that, man. I wish nothing but the best for Twigga and Lauren, I believe.
Yeah,
I don't know. I can
Oh.
barely remember my wife's name, let alone.
I don't know if they're together or not. I don't know.
I felt like they were, I don't know, engaged maybe.
Yeah,
Like they were together enough to be on stream together. But then again, I also like I feel like he's like 5 years younger.
yeah,
So like a slightly different generation than us.
yeah,
Where I'm like, I don't share a lot of personal shit online, even though I share a lot online because TDAU shares a lot online. Beautiful assistant said that's what makes our relationship spicy. Call me Stacy tonight. Laugh my ass up. No, Stacy reminds me of I mean, I'd rather be banging Stacy's mom. To be fair, first and foremost, maybe second note, Stacy is I know of two Stacys way too close. Like like that's a whole nother thing to role play is like the figuring out if you're gonna pretend to be other people. Like the name's gotta be right. I just want to say that. Because like you said Stacy and I'm like, that reminds me of my boss's wife and a chick I work with that I love her. Like I really like this person, but never in my life would I ever have a moment that was like, yeah, I'd hit them. Like
Yeah.
like like basically one is the boss's wife that's like in her mid to late 50s, and the other one's like a girl bro. You know what I mean? Like the chick that you think of like as just another dude,
Yeah.
where you're like, oh yeah, like I share the same anything I'd share with one of my dude friends for the most part. I know it's like inner circle. Like that's like a whole nother thing, like you guys. But like someone beyond the inner circle or Jake, if I would share it with them, I'd probably share it with this chick.
Yeah.
She's not like a chick in my mind. You know what I mean? She's like this dude named Stacy that I'm friends with at work. So yeah, no, that one's we got to work on names, honey. That's John said they're still rolling together. She was going to throw him to the alligators, but I think it was a joke.
Okay,
Hope
good.
so.
Good.
I would like to not see Toy got thrown to the alligators.
I'm just happy they're still together.
Yeah,
I
pretty
was
sure it's Lauren.
a little
I don't
afraid
know.
for a bit. But
Anyways, I think we've had about enough of this evening. I said I wasn't going to go late, and here we are almost 2 hours later, just bullshitting about shit. John, thank you for being here, brother. Beautiful assistant, thank you for checking in. And
we're
Nick earlier on.
by the way, so this is me and the beautiful assistant's 9-year friendship anniversary on Facebook today.
Oh, I saw that. And she was like, it's already been 9 years. And I was like, actually, she was like, oh, it was like August. And I was like, no, actually, me and GW's friendship anniversary is like 6 months before that.
Yeah.
Because like, she was like, but you did this show. And I was like, yeah, but that was the local. That was like 6 or 9 months after GW and I met. Like, that was like we were just like getting friendly 3 months before that. That was just
Yeah.
like that was like the official like we got engaged type thing. It was not there was like a whole period leading up to that. I was like at least 6 or 9 months because I feel like I can't remember what month it was that I met you when we were at Woolen Mill in Ramontos at the time.
Yeah.
It must have been
That-
like Marchish.
I think so.
March or April-ish.
Yeah. Because it was a couple months after they opened.
Oh, and that was 2015.
Yeah.
Because it was 9 years. And then that August,
Yeah.
you invited me out to the local. And by me, I mean Kyle Hickory, the stand-up comic, because I don't do that much anymore. But yeah, go check me out everywhere. Obviously, go check out this fine fella. This guy's GW Foley. Go check him out at Full to Kills. Go see what he's got going on. Go watch some of the short films up on the channel. Do you have anything you want to shout out before we get out of here, my friend?
Not yet. I have some stuff in the works. See how that goes. And as soon as that comes to light, I will be here promoting the shit out of it.
Absolutely. And you're welcome anytime to promote whatever you'd like. Great to see you guys. Keep your powder dry and your eyes peeled. Fair enough. zombie apocalypse is inevitable. I would wholeheartedly agree, my friend. Based on what we've seen and what we're seeing. Absolutely inevitable. So, keep your 22 nice and dry. And your food rations up to par. Anyways, that's all I got. Thank you guys for following me. I'm, of course, HickoryTDAU. This has been a long one. It makes me miss the old days, the after show.
Yeah.
I was talking to Max last week, and he said Rumble's actually upgraded their infrastructure a lot, and you can multi-stream from Rumble.
Oh, nice.
Looking at that in the next couple of weeks.
Good.
So who knows? Things might change up around here. StreamYard, tighten up your ship, or you might be losing people going over to another platform who has better editing gear than you do. Not just editing, live streaming, and multi-streaming, because they offer a bunch of different platforms. And you guys still haven't added Rumble yet, even though they've got the platform. Anyways, that's enough for me. I'm, of course, Hickory the Dank and Underwhelming. Thank you guys for joining us on TDU Live episode 4B. GW Live on the program. Let's catch up. That's right. Not to spoil anything. Next week, probably just going to be me.
Oh.
It's me on the show. I know I don't mean to disappoint. Possibly there could be a guest. We'll see. You'll see on the thumbnail that comes up next Wednesday. But the week after that, GW will be back on for episode 6B, the back to school special. And yes, I will be reaching out, working on, there'll be some guests soon. Nicole will be back. Max will be once a month. Hopefully Pierre will be on. Saucy Santa will be working on that. And yeah, that's all I got on this one. JW, brother, thank you so much for dropping by. I love you, man.
Absolutely, brother.
And thank you guys all for being out there. I'm, of course, Hickory the Dank Underwhelming. This fine foxy fucker is named GW Foley. And we'll see you guys in the next one, where GW will be filming a true crime documentary where he talks about the niece he once knew. Anyways, that's all I got. Until next time, stay dank, stay underwhelming. Most importantly, in these trying times, stay safe. Until next time, I'm out. Cheers.
Above all else, I just want to say thank you. Have a beautiful night. Drunk Magician out. Cheers. Now let's get the credits. Thank you all for being here. I appreciate the help. Cause this is a show I do by myself. I produce the shit myself.